Hello, everyone! Welcome to the grand finale of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I misspoke. I said Mystery. Welcome back to this game. I'm about done with this dungeon. One way or another, this playthrough is ending here today. Hopefully it ends when we finishing this dungeon. Things are going pretty well, but we got these guys here. And they got Dragon Breath. Paralysis could be a thing. So still want to be somewhat careful here. But I think my odds overall are pretty good. I see you coming in here. Oh, we got Scissors next. Didn't we already encounter you? And what are you? You are something I want to deal with while you're far away. Best way of doing that? Silver Spikes. You can't catch it. Oh! That's another thing those things can do. It didn't even occur to me that's what you were doing. Gotta watch out for that. Totter Seed. And are you another one of the... No, you're one of those annoying things. Well, you know what? You definitely get needles. Because I don't need you robbing me. Oh gosh, that was the wrong button. I didn't want to run. Plan B. I don't need my teammates. Oh, why are you next to us? I don't want to warp you away, too. Do I have a warp seed? Okay, I do have something I can use. Whirlwind Wand. I just blew you straight into the wall. Okay. Didn't mean to dash into you. I just wanted to pass by my teammates, and there were no more teammates to pass by. So just so we're not using up too many power points, defeat you like that. And how about you? You're just a scissor. Okay, that was a long floor. Oh no. Okay, I want to double check here. Are you set to use Transform? No, I turned that off. Good. So the best way to deal with this situation is... this. Okay. Almost out of transforms. I got a max ether, 2 max ethers, and a max elixirs. One of the max ethers is sticky. I'll hold off on using either of those or unstickying the one. Until we're in the final 5. The final 5 floors, I mean. 7. 8. Oh, there's the pressure coming into play. I was about to say. Oh, so I forgot about pressure. As long as we're finding those Dusclops, I'm gonna really want to make use of needles and spikes. Stairs. Or, not stairs. Item found. Max ether. Well, now that we got an extra one, have some more heat waves. hopefully we won't have to worry about these the entire rest of the way. Okay, that stairs, I want to go for the item at least. Which offers me excuse to do this real quick. Actually, you're not going to use that while you're in a hallway. So let's go ahead and toss away these iron spikes. You're not catching them. Are you holding on to something else? Yeah, you were holding on to rocks. Well, that's convenient. How much do I care about that scissor? Oh dear. They're gonna need you to get in here and start using Heat Wave. Jamie, what are you doing back there? This is work up. Not necessarily important. What's this? All dodge orb. Why not? This is where the stairs are. Don't know what kind of item that is, but we'll grab it. And you're trying to join. No rare quality. What are your attacks? Small tackle assurance. Not a great selection. More surround ones. At this point, I don't think I really need them. I feel like for the most part, we are in the clear. For the most part. 1, 4, 5. Oh, great. 6. 7. Nah, that's okay. 8. 9. Now, where are the stairs at? Well, not here. Gonna say not in there either. Free level up? Alright, cool. Who needs one more? Been a while since we found one of those, I tell you what. Okay, 2,000. 1,500. Let's give Prequel that level up then. Should have Jimmy at level 40 by the end of this dungeon then. Nah, that's alright. Be sure here that everybody's back together. And yeah, this is definitely a situation for Silver Spikes. Hit them all! Cool! Nice to have the paralysis on our side. And you still wound up getting hit by that pressure. I'm trying so hard not to get hit by pressure. But it's hitting us. Come here. Come here, but not too quickly. $94. Oh no! You're scary. There's a reason why you're scary. 'Cause you do have Hyper Beam. Thank goodness Jamie is still awakened. There's that level I was talking about, too. Nice. Trying to learn Earth Power? Yes! Kind of a little late to be learning that, but yes! Oh, on a floor with Flygons, too. Are you kidding me? Well, it's bound to be useful against something. At the very least, Mew can copy it. Rainy Orb? No. Let's just get the transform in. 1 10. And something is coming into this room. Okay, not really a concern. Yeah, it's definitely worth teaching Earth Power. Oh, we got Steamroll still. So Earth Power will still hit everything. We're also almost at the end of the dungeon. So... Paralyze everything. Guiding 1. Where are we going? Over there. Alright. Don't mind us. Just passing through. Definitely a little late for Earth Power. And just gonna do this some more. This time we don't know where the stairs are gonna be. So here's the strategy for this floor. Take a peek in this direction. Not here. Take a peek in this direction. Yeah, not dealing with you. Oh yeah, thank you for that reminder, Maddie. I do in fact have Pure Seeds. Well, I already started exploring this floor, so I'll use it on the next floor. Which will actually be the final floor, technically. Because I'm pretty sure the 99th floor is going to have my... is going to be just a reward room. Okay, something's running around, thankfully not coming towards us. Of course, this is a hallway. Earth Power still being useful. And just in case the enemy happens to be standing right next to the exit. Oh, and there was an enemy standing next to us. Dang party crashers. Where is that Pure Seed? And... done. There were no enemies in here. Ooh, what's this? Fly. Easy money, and... success! Wow, okay. Sure. So this is the reward for this dungeon. What kind of seeds are those? Joy Seed? Just go ahead and grab all of it. I'm basically done with the game. I'm probably never going to use these. Well, not necessarily. On my free time, who knows, maybe I'll go ahead and try to complete the quote-unquote Pokédex. But for the purpose of the streams, that's not important. Definitely don't leave these behind. I'm not quite nearly done. I actually have thoughts to be giving on this game. Got a review and other thoughts. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. And what else? Sleep seed. Now just to make sure this is a seed I put down, right? Yeah. All done. Get to watch this fill up. Twice over. Not entirely worth the trip. There are easier dungeons to get treasures from. But I'm still happy I was able to beat it. This means I have beaten every dungeon in the game. Whoa, that thing just gave a whole 10,000 Poke. Probably was happy because I managed to take the Beedrill almost through the entire dungeon. If I had to guess, that has something to do with it. Oh, that's right, we also had a couple quests here. So my final 2 rescue missions of this playthrough. Helped Haunter out by rescuing Blastoise. And rescued a Golem. Okay, so what happened? Well, there's probably nothing going to happen. Yeah, there's probably not going to be anything that's going to happen from doing that. But it's worth looking around just in case. Something just occurred to me. I'm done with the game, but there's no go home button. For all intents and purposes, I really am going to wind up living the rest of my life here in this Pokemon village as a Marowak. Neat. As I have stated countless times before, it is not entirely my first choice of Pokemon to be. But honestly, I would not mind living the rest of my life like this. Bone in my hand, only 3 feet tall, big thick tail swinging behind me, skull on my head, being able to breathe fire. It's pretty dang cool. Also female, that part's important. Maybe someday I'll settle down and become a mother. You never know. For now, I at least have an apprentice to look over. How many dungeons are there in this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 40, 1, 2, 3, 43 dungeons. That is an odd amount. How many rescue team camps? 8 times 7 is... I can't think of it off the top of my head. Let's see here. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 57. You know, in hindsight, probably shouldn't have named the Celebi finale, because that wasn't really the finale. Can I just go ahead and look over all the locations and kind of appreciate them? Let's look at the scenery, enjoy the music, and that sort of thing, while I go ahead and give my thoughts on this game. First things first, I can't believe I spent 9 months streaming this game. I never want to stream a game for 9 months again. 6 months was already feeling too long. At that point, I was feeling like I'm probably getting close to the end. Nope, still have another few more months to go. A big part of the issue, clearly, I did this blind. I probably should not have done this blind. At the very least, had I only known that you needed 10,000 rank points in order to reach max rank, things would have gone a lot faster, because so much of this playthrough, so much time spent playing this game, was doing random rescue missions, when I could have been spending that time on camera doing story quests. I could have been doing rescue missions off camera. As I said before, a big reason why I was doing everything on camera was because I was afraid of doing something triggering off camera. And it wasn't until I remembered that I have a recording function on my Nintendo Switch that I realized that I can do stuff off camera. But had I been doing off-camera quests from the very beginning, who knows, maybe this would have been only a 6-month playthrough. The fact that it took 6 months though, or 9 months though, I had so many games I wanted to stream this year, and I couldn't get to them. I mean, I got around to doing Super Mario RPG. That was about it, though. That said, was it worth doing blind? I actually think it was. Yeah. This playthrough took way longer than it needed to, but y'all got to see my first experience playing through a mystery dungeon game. This was my first time playing through a mystery dungeon game. And you all got to see my experience getting to find out what it's like actually living in a Pokemon world as a Pokemon. And not simply pretending to be a Pokemon like in the mainline games. Because in the mainline games, I would name a Pokemon after myself and pretend that's me, while also playing as the trainer. But here, no. This was legit. I actually was a Cubone. I actually was able to evolve into a Marowak. And that was pretty dang neat. The entire reason I wanted to play this game in the first place. Like I said before, I'm a little disappointed that the experience of being a Pokemon did not come into play very often. Like at the start of the game, there was that line of, "Is this what it's like to want to wag my tail?" And there were unfortunately no more lines like that. But I was able to fill in the blanks. Being able to walk around naked, carrying around a bone all the time. I still got to enjoy the idea of actually being turned into a Pokemon. This is a very interesting world to live in. What sort of Pokemon live here? Poison types? The sludgy kind at the very least, the toxic ones. Meanwhile, if I were a Nidoran, this is where I'd probably be living. At least, as part of a rescue team. We already saw the camp where Cubones and Marowaks live. As far as gameplay goes, honestly, I almost like this more than the mainline games. It has a lot going for it. Being able to fight as a team rather than just one-on-one all the time. There was a lot more strategy in what teams you bring. The mainline games, you basically put a team together of 6 Pokemon and that's your team for the entire game. Whereas this game encouraged having different teams. And it was a nice excuse to just try out different teams and that sort of thing. There were some fun strategies there, especially with the introduction of rare qualities, having an effect for exploring through the dungeon or recovering power points in a special way. Rare qualities were a very fun part of this adventure, especially applied to me, like having the riled up rare quality, making my team stronger anytime I got hit. Having this whole rage thing going on, that was cool. I like this song. Speaking of which, the music in this game is also really good. Especially the Oddity Cave theme, the song that was playing throughout the entirety of that last dungeon. It's a good thing it was a long song. The fact that everything was turn-based, but it's also roaming around was also pretty cool, like a tactical RPG. I'm normally not very good at tactical RPGs, but playing a mystery dungeon, having that tactical RPG element, but not fully tactical RPG, this was very fun. Having to worry about range attacks. Though I will say, it would have been nice if some of the attacks were more specific about what their range were. Range could be nearby Pokemon, but does nearby Pokemon mean 1 space away or 2 space away? Because that could be either one. Okay, apparently the people at Turtleshell Pond can actually live in actual houses. That's hardly fair. Oh, I love, by the way, that moves can be upgraded, leveled up, becoming stronger, increased accuracy, more power points. But power points is something that you can kind of level up in the mainline games, but very rarely because it requires a specific rare item. But the fact that you can level them up naturally in this game was pretty cool, which, by the way, also gave encouragement for using a variety of attacks rather than focusing on the same one attack all the time like you would in the mainline games. It also helped that you were more likely to actually run out of power points. The mainline games, that rarely happened. Again, I do like how you got to team up with other Pokemon, bringing along a main team of 3, while also having upwards of 5 temporary teammates. Not being able to control them, but still, having such a large team. Really cool. Especially given that your temporary teammates could have unlimited attacks. But it's so fun actually working as a team, rather than just the one-on-one matches. Oh, and because of the whole tactical RPG element of the battles, it also gave some moves and some Pokemon more use. Like, what was it? Judy the Smeargle. Sketch! Sketch is a move I will never use in the mainline games. I will never use a Smeargle because it's such a pain trying to look around, finding a Pokemon that happens to have the correct move, not to mention hoping that it does use the correct move so you can sketch it. But the fact that you can just go into a dungeon with a team and have a teammate use the move and sketch that makes Smeargle so much easier to handle and put together a perfect moveset. Likewise, Transform. Way more useful than it is in the mainline games, because it doesn't just last one battle, it lasts an entire floor. And not to mention, it gives you a full moveset, which is really handy. At the same time, some moves become less useful. Abilities in particular. I went through all that effort of getting a Nidoran female with Poison Point, and I'm not sure Poison Point ever came into play. Sure, opponents got poisoned by it, but it's not like the mainline games where you take poison damage every turn. Rather, it's like a bunch of turns. And by that point, you've already defeated the Pokemon by just causing regular damage. It would have been nice if it was still poison damage every turn. Not like 30 points of damage, but like 1 or 2 points of damage. Maybe like 3 or 4. At the very least, those few points of damage would have helped take care of an opponent faster. Apparently, by the way, this world has technology. Well, it makes sense that the really smart Pokemon would have technology like this. Also home for the virtual Pokemon. Remember my theory, though, about the ancestors of the Pokemon in this world starting out as human and being turned into Pokemon? That is why everybody is having human intelligence and also does not eat other animals? Wouldn't it be something if this layer here, the Decrepit Lab, is decrepit because this was a lab created by the original humans who were turned into Pokemon? Because you don't see technology like this anywhere else, except in, apparently, a decrepit place like this. And I'm going to say decrepit again, because it's kind of weird to say. Decrepit. I'm probably even saying it wrong. It was really fun, by the way, letting the game choose what I want it to be. When I started the adventure, I wasn't really sure. It kind of depended on the Pokemon. Like, if the game decided that I was going to be a Pikachu, I almost certainly would have said no. Because Pikachu is kind of boring. I mean, maybe if I would have been able to be having the heart on my tail, maybe. But I don't know if differences in Pokemon genders are a thing in this game. Considering, for the most part, genders aren't a thing in this game. The only three, rather. Okay, 4, 5. The only 5 Pokemon in this entire game to have acknowledged genders are me, Catfish, Nidoran female, Nidoran male, and specifically Medicham from Team Meanies, who is female. So depending on what Pokemon the game would have tried making me, I probably would have made my own choice. As I said, I would have been a Bulbasaur because it's poison type. And I also liked the idea of walking around on all fours. But when it decided that I should be a Cubone, that sounded really fun. Cubone is really cute. And it has the bone and the skull. With that said, the next Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game I play, I'm probably going to make the decision myself. I had my fun letting the game pick. Next time, it's my turn to choose. What Pokemon I'll wind up choosing? Who knows? It's probably going to be Bulbasaur. I'm due for Bulbasaur. Because I can't see there being any other Pokemon that would, like, really excite me. Unless it so happens the next Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game has Nidorans as starters. I also really liked the story quest. In fact, the story overall, first off, it was nice having a Pokemon adventure that did not revolve around collecting 8 gym badges. There was not even any sort of tournament. It's a nice change of pace. The whole idea of me being turned into a Pokemon and possibly... Ooh, Christmas Land! Kind of. Wouldn't mind hanging out here. Who lives here? Fairies? Aladdin does. While we're on the subject, I still wish that Aladdin would have allowed me a more interesting wish besides, here, have a thing. What was I saying before distractions? I forget. Oh yeah, being a fugitive because everybody was concerned that I was going to end the world. As I said before, I was convinced that I was the Pokemon, or rather, I was the human who pulled Ninetales' tail. Because I can totally see myself actually doing that in the hopes that the curse would be to change me into a Pokemon. But having the world-ending attachment was a bummer. So that was a really fun twist when I found out I was actually innocent of that. Not so much a fan of the part where I apparently had my mind wiped. I mean, a part of me would go along with the idea. Like, imagine, briefly at least, forgetting that I was human, so that I could fully live and experience what it's like to live as a Pokemon. And then later be reminded and have my memory stored. Oh, I was human. You know, being a Pokemon was pretty neat, living one like it was normal. Although honestly, I think it works out better knowing that I used to be human, because that at least makes being a Pokemon turned into a Pokemon more interesting. Yeah, let's go with that. Being transformed into a Pokemon is more interesting when you know you've been transformed. Story-wise, maybe that's why I knew I was still human. Because I wanted to know that I was turned into a Pokemon. It would have been less fun otherwise. I just had my mind wiped about the whole saving the world situation. Now, whether I would have legitimately asked to have that part of my memory wiped, I don't know. I mean, the idea, story-wise, I was told that I chose to have that part of my memory wiped because I wasn't certain whether I was the right one for the job of saving the world. So I guess somehow being my mind wiped somehow not knowing I was destined to save the world would help with the test? I don't know. I feel like it would have been better had my mind not been wiped. At least as far as my perspective goes. As far as the game perspective goes, it makes sense. Because then it makes sense that you don't know why you were turned into a Pokemon. Because your mind was wiped. It was nice to be able to work alongside legendary Pokemon like Lugia, by the way. That's definitely cool. Oh, it moves like Boomerang. So useful. The accessories were kinda nice. Being able to wear a Pecha Berry all the time, or Pecha Scarves all the time, to grant me that poison immunity that I would have otherwise had I actually started as a poison-type Pokemon. Yeah, overall, I definitely almost like this more than the mainline games. The main drawbacks is this is a one-note game. The gameplay is all the same. There's a lot to it, and that's why I love it so much. But it would have been nice if there were like some mini games to play besides the dojo training. And puzzles to solve in the dungeons. Basically, there needed to be a little bit more variety in the gameplay, especially in a game of this size. Don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoyed the whole way through. Frustrations aside, there's definitely been some frustrations. But hey, I would not have spent 9 months playing this game if I wasn't enjoying myself. Anyway, Healing Forest. You know, it is fitting that we end here on Finale's Forest, because this is, in fact, the finale. I find it interesting that this can hold 2 teammates. What other Pokemon would be here? Not Chansey, because Chansey has an evolution and a premium evolution. Don't know. Anyway, that's it. I am finally done with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I have completed all the objectives in the game. I've beaten all the dungeons in the game. The only thing I haven't done is collected all the Pokemon, because the game does keep track of that. As a quick reminder, let me go to just a random dungeon here. Not going to, but just going to a list. Right there. I do not have an Onix in any of my teams. So if there was anything that I would do to truly complete this game, it would be to get these Pokemon that I do not have an icon next to. But that is not something that I'm going to do for this playthrough. I don't think it would be very interesting to watch, considering the random nature of it. Going into a dungeon in the hopes this Pokemon joins? No. I already spent like half a stream doing that, trying to get a Nidoran on my team. Don't need to do that again. Maybe sometime during my free time, I'll go after the Pokemon I missed. For now, I am very much done with this game. I want to play some other stuff. And I will say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.